What's up, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Thanks for tuning in, man. Salute to our sponsors in BetUS. The Cowboys just finished their season with a thrilling game versus the Washington Commanders, 23-19. So a lot of good things to talk about, and we got a lot of things to talk about as we gear up for the offseason. Now, I will say this before we start, right? I love the way the Dallas Cowboys competed throughout the season. I mean, we had injuries out the wazoo, a lot of adversity, but I will say this team fought, and they fought hard. And I'll say this, man. I know it's offseason time, right? And this is where the people who really can't do this, right, they're going to start to struggle a little bit, right? So they're going to start tossing things out there just to stay afloat. But I would say this, man. I don't want to hear zero negativity about Micah Parsons not being the leader. I don't want to hear zero negativity about Micah Parsons not giving it all and he's lazy. I don't want to hear none of that this offseason. And that man was out there. I didn't even know Micah Parsons was playing today. I didn't even know he was playing today. Start off the game with 2 sacks, and even in the fourth quarter, he was still going out there playing hard. So kudos to Micah Parsons. I think we saw a big transition when it comes to Micah Parsons, and this is now becoming his team. No disrespect to Dak Prescott, no disrespect to CeeDee Lamb and DeMarcus Lawrence and Zach Martin, those guys, right? Love them. This is Micah Parsons' team, and we clearly show that, and he had this defense playing at a whole nother level once he came back from the ankle injury. Now, I would say some of you owe me an apology, right? But I don't want it. I don't want it. You guys can keep it. Don't apologize to me. But who you guys really need to apologize to is Trey Lance. Oh, Tucky sucks. Ow, did you see what he did in the preseason? Ow, look at the interceptions. Ow, he won't even be in the NFL next year. Ow, he sucks. Ow, ow. Noise, pollution, right? With no context. Trey Lance went out there and played well. And this was his first game in 28 weeks, right? And we saw what Trey Lance could look like without CeeDee Lamb. But if you have an offensive scheme and you scheme it around his strengths, right? It was a half-field read. It wasn't nothing too complicated, right? Didn't have him doing a lot, right? If it's there, throw it. If it's not, get rid of it. The run game helped support. Defense played well. Special teams. So you can see that he isn't a bad quarterback like everybody was lying to you all year in the last 2 years. Oh, he just can't play football. It's sad. It's unfortunate, right? There's a lot of people who watch football but don't know football that will make up these narratives when it comes to these players, and it's clear as day. Anyone with a pair of eyes can see the traits that this kid has. You just have to mold it and keep it a little bit more guide rails, right? So kudos to Trey Lance out there. Went out there and played well. Missed some throws, but made some throws, made some plays with his feet, right? But ultimately, he had a good showing today. Now it's going to be interesting to see what happens to his future, right? The Cowboys going to bring him in? Probably not. But I think he put enough on film for another team to be like, yeah, I can do that. I can work with that. I can build around it, man. So kudos to Trey Lance. Kudos to Rico Dowdle, man. Rico had a good game today. Deuce Vaughn got some carries, right? Like I said, Micah Parsons, Carl Lawson, Chauncey Golson played well. Maris Leofau, and a sneaky good addition, man. A sneaky good addition was Eric Kendricks. Like, Eric Kendricks had a phenomenal year. And I even saw Donovan and Malik Hooker. They were flying around too, man. So I really felt like this team kind of felt its stride and started playing in confidence. But I'm not going to excuse everything because there was still a lot of bad this year, right? But ultimately, they played well down the stretch. They did not give up. What leads me to this conversation point, right? I know a lot of people, I don't want him back. He's sorry. He's trash. He's this. He's that, right? I felt like, just based off of me, just looking from the outside in, Mike McCarthy has done more than enough to warrant a return extension, right? I feel like he's done enough. Now, will that be enough, right? I don't know, right? But I feel like if you tell me 7 wins, pretty much 8, because they should have won that game. But, saying whatever, right? With all the injuries, all the adversity, 1-year deal, brand new defensive coordinator, losing your quarterback, right? Losing your all-pro right guard and DeMarcus Lawrence for the season and Brandon Cooks for a little bit and all these different adversities. Micah Parsons down for a little bit, right? Trayvon Diggs out, Deron Bland was out. So all these little adversities, I felt like he's done enough to warrant a return. Now, do I believe Mike McCarthy is the coach that can lead the Dallas Cowboys to the championship? I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. I don't feel confident. I don't feel Andy Reid-ish. I don't feel Sean McVay-ish, when I say that. But I feel like if you're not going to go get the top shelves guys, right, what other options that you have? And I feel like Mike McCarthy is a lot better than some of the other options. I see people interviewing Rex Ryan or Ron Rivera. Like, no, don't do that to me. We've been through enough. Cowboys fans been through enough, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold this offseason. Now, here is something I definitely want to take a look at my damn self, right? I know it's draft season, is right, on this channel, right? We got a lot of film coming down. But Tyler Guyton, it feels very doghouses to me. Like, he got benched today for Austin Richards again, and in a meaningless game, we were trying to get younger guys reps, right? You would think that your rookie left tackle would be the main priority. So there's something there between Mike McCarthy and Tyler Guyton where he has a very short leash. So we have to keep our eyes on that. Like, was this a Mike McCarthy pick? Does he believe more in Austin Richards? Does Austin Richards play the left tackle position better than Tyler Guyton? Or should we draft another left tackle in the draft? So these are some conversation pieces that we really need to have. Now, I don't want to give up on Tyler Guyton because it was completely unfair that you were measuring him up to Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith hit the ground running, right? So you felt like Tyler Guyton could do the same thing. Not everyone has the same skill set, not the same trajectory, especially for a position that he never played, right? So I feel like another offseason, training with Big Duke, and really focusing on his craft, he can get better and improve, right? But the NFL, we don't do no favors. We're not going to babysit, right? So if there's a good left tackle that falls to us, then so be it. Tyler Guyton is going to go out there and compete. So that's something we definitely have to keep our eye on. Jordan Lewis, man, hats off to Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis played phenomenal this year, man. He was lights out as our veteran leader out there in the secondary. I hope we bring Dre Lou back, man, because I feel like he deserves it. But I also feel like he deserves a whole lot more money than probably what the Cowboys are going to offer him. Tight end position, we'll talk about it. Jake Ferguson kind of had some little right? But he didn't have the season that we're expected, right? So we're going to take a real deep look at Schoonmaker, but Schoonmaker is Schoon, right? But Jake Ferguson, because I had huge expectations for Jake Ferguson. So when it comes to this season, y'all, it was numbing, right? Me personally, I needed the command. Your boy Jay Tuck needed the Commanders to win. I needed Commanders to win by -3, and I was kind of sweating. So I was sweating a little bit, right? I didn't know they're going to bench Jaden Daniels in the second half. Or I wouldn't have bet on this game, right? But I bet a lot of money on the Commanders, right? And I was kind of sweating. But last minute touchdown, they ended up covering. But, Dallas Cowboys, they competed, went out there, played hard to the end, right? But ultimately, we protect our draft position, which is important, right? And we protect my bank account, which is even more important, right? So kudos to the Cowboys. Like I said, new leadership, new ideas, but we have a lot of work to do this offseason, y'all. A whole lot of work to do. I don't want another just being comfortable when it comes to free agent or we're perfectly fine. I am not excusing this team for injuries. Oh, no, because I remember we were a Malik Neighbors catch away from possibly losing the Giants, right? I remember what the Baltimore Ravens did to us, right? So I don't want to be like, oh, it's excuses. We'd be perfectly. No. We have a lot of work to do, but hopefully this season was able to build a foundation of toughness and competitiveness that we can build on top of that. But now it's in the front office hands, y'all. It's all in the front office hands. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say, man. It just is what it is. We're going to do our content as usual. But now it's all up to Jerry and Stephen Jones. So if you go to church, say your blessings, prayer, whatever that you're into, that they actually turn the corner and try to build a competitive championship contending team, man. So it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. If you love draft content, you're in the right spot. Well, you're about to go crazy. If you love interviews with players and former players, you're in the right spot because we're about to go crazy. Turn that notification bell so you do not miss out. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and Trey Lance, you shut all them haters up, bro. Good game. Peace. This video is brought to you by BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino. And right now, BetUS is offering exclusive deals. So go over to BetUS, use the code YouTube150, and they are offering 150% up to $2,000 bonus deposit on your first deposit and 125% on your next two. So if you want to win money this NFL season and use free money, you cannot beat free money. Go over to BetUS, use the code YouTube150, and let's get this money game.